told him I stole it, so do it count as I'm stealing?
Wait, hold on. You found a quarter in his seat
Mm-hmm.
after he stood up.
Mm-hmm.
So you found a quarter in my seat. The car belongs to me.
We was at work.
Oh, you was at work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it belonged to the airport.
It belonged to him.
It belonged to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you stole it.
But I told him I stole it.
You told him you took it,
Yes.
and he didn't request it back.
No.
Yeah, you still took it.
He
You still stole it.
didn't want it back though.
Yeah, because he can turn you in now. You admitted that you stole it.
But he said, okay. So, do that really count as still?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Sorry about that randomly, y'all. How y'all doing?
Oh, why would you?
She did not realize that I had started being live already. I decided to be live to start talking to y'all and just say hi. And say, some of y'all need to stop eating from these people who cook from their house. Now, I can't show you no evidence or anything like that because I don't actually have to. I'm going to tell you that in some people's cases, i.e. somebody here in the 804 area, I was living in the house. So I know that you should not have been eating from their house. Because one, ever since I was with them and around them, they are not clean at all. They've learned to start trying to clean, I guess, I'm thinking, because I'm pretty sure people probably told them we're going to put you out if you don't. But I'm glad I distanced myself from. I used to clean this person's house when they leave. It was our house or whatever. But when they leave, they would go out of town to go see their peoples. Their peoples lived out of town. And I would go look on their side of the bed. Mountains and mountains of trash. Like, do you like to live and sleep on trash? It's crazy. I cleaned it up. A day later, the trash is there. I'd make the whole house spotless. How do you make it dirty the next day? And many people know that I can clean up because I've gone into the hood. I've gone into the village. And thank for the goodness and the gracious. I'm gracious for the goodness of the people out there who allowed me to stay with them. And I would clean up and clean up. I would even clean the walk out every night. I would bleach the walk outside the door. And it amazes me that doing that, the very next day, it would be nothing but trash out there. But yet, I'd do it again the next day. That's the type of person I am. In the motel that I stayed in, I cleaned the motel from top to bottom, made sure I took out the shoes and whatnot. Even the maid was like, oh my goodness, I was afraid to come in there because I was afraid to mess up. Hello, Braxley. I was afraid to come in there. So, but back to, I got off topic, y'all. I'm sorry. Do not eat from Mr. Woodford cooking from his home. Sorry, got to put it to you just like that. I got to give out his name in the 804. The man got roaches. Badly. The entire complex out there has roaches. Riverside, not the Riverside, what's the name of it? The ones out there on Westover Hills Boulevard. I forgot the name that quick because they became really, they used to be Somerset Glen, and now they're, see my mind. I'm also under the influence of drugs because I got to get my rib removed. My rib has to come out. Piece of it is, it hurts like hell. I had 12 people when they left me. It's all good. But they came. I'm here to answer any questions that you have. And I'm here to tell you don't eat from this person. They have roaches. They have our two cats that live there. You know, cat hair floats everywhere. Thanks to my aunt for that knowledge, letting me know that cat hair floats everywhere before I even really got my cats. But now, I currently find myself out here living out on the streets because I had to distance myself from this person who I was with for basically 2 decades. And mind you, yes, they were a male. I'm glad I'm changing my life around for real, for real. I'm trying to figure out who I am. I have a special someone in my life, and she is amazing. Now, I'm doing her dirty. I've been doing her dirty since day one, and that is horrible. And now y'all may ask, how can you admit openly that you are doing her dirty since day one? Because I'm an honest fella. I've always been honest. I'm gonna look you in the eye and I'm gonna tell you something that you might not like. Or I'm going to hold it in, but I'm gonna build up some type of resentment towards you because I've been holding some things in about you. And that is not okay either, because technically that's like me talking behind your back about you to me. And I'm sorry, I've been doing that to some people. I haven't been openly honest with you that people are talking about you because I was, I guess, scared to tell them. Like telling my friends, hey, you have a slight odor. I think you need a shower. I didn't tell anyone that needed to be told that because I was trying to spare their feelings. I didn't tell them that their health problems and concerns can be from hygienic things, and I am sorry. But I was trying to lead by example. Everywhere that I go, clean up every day, that maybe you would see, and maybe it would rub off on them. But in the case of Mr. Woodford, that man was selling y'all food, and y'all was eating it. Y'all should not have been eating that. This person played the good guy for so long, but they systematically destroyed me. They told the world that I was a bad guy. And I'm trying to figure out how that happened. Because anyone who knows me knows that I'm not a bad guy. I've never wanted to be a bad guy. I always wanted to be a good guy. Everybody thought I was a good guy, I thought. So how? And I'll answer any questions if you have it. You can ask me questions to help me get on track. I don't know. How did I let this man accuse me in court of being a domestic violent person and get away with it? Because I refused to fight for myself. That's crazy. Should never have done that. How did I let a woman injure me? My rib here. And I'm sitting a certain type of way so that it minimizes how much hurt it is. And I'm on drugs. How did I let that woman injure me? So that now I got to get my rib excised, taken out, and accuse me of being domestically violent when there was a police call. I called those bastards. And I asked for help. Telling her she hated me, she wouldn't let me come out the house. How did all that turn around to me getting those charges? She beating on me. Yeah, I was doing her wrong. I was cheating on her. Of course I was. I was like 21-ish. Honestly and truthfully, I tell you this. There ain't a person I ain't cheated on, honestly, that I haven't been with. But that goes in the mind of, if he wouldn't tell you that he cheated on every person he's been with, what is he really about to tell you? Well, I'll tell you like this. In Richmond, people have been saying some things about me that ain't true. I've never heard anyone nod for real. And the ones that I did, I'll make amends. I'll talk if I can. If they'll talk to me, we'll figure it out. We'll hash that out. But the problem is the lies, the deception, and the deceit about me. Starting with one of my past loves telling people that I gave them something. Now, how do I put this? Mr. Royster. T. Mr. T. Royster. You know who you are? When you see this one day, or maybe one of your people will tell you that I'm talking about you. You know who I am, and if you don't remember, my name is Anthony Johnson. But I now go by DistilledWatur on most of the internet, but you know who I am. How dare you spread rumors around Richmond that I gave you HIV? How dare you? That is the worst thing you could have ever said about me to anyone. And you said that almost 20 years ago to the whole Richmond, and I let it go. But I let it go for so long that now I can't. Because how dare you spread lies on my name like that? And then run off to Georgia. I think you ran off to. I got my records, my boy. Now, I loved you then. Probably will always love you. Because I love everybody. But for you to have done that and told all these people here that I gave that shit to you, nah, I got my records to prove it. And if I need to leak them, I will. In fact, I'm pretty sure mine are public record because I dabble in trying to run for public office. Basically, I talk to a whole bunch of people and tell them I want to run and see if they want to vote for me. And most of the people that I talk to would, because I sit there and will actually talk to them. So I am in VPAP system, and I thought about naming a treasurer. Now, the problem is naming a treasurer, thinking about somebody you can trust. But other than that, dreams aside, I cannot believe that. Only for me to find out later on from people that we know that that's what was going on. See, people never actually came to me to tell me that people were talking about me behind my back. And I don't think that that's okay. I find out years later that these people are doing these things. Find out years later that people got pictures of two of them standing over your head with their dangly bits hanging out while I'm asleep. Why are you doing that, man? I don't think that I don't even know. I should never have allowed these people to run over me and ruin me and my name. And you know how they say in the army, no man is left behind. Well, sometimes that ain't actually true. I'm the man they left behind in this land. And you may ask, how is that possible? How the heck did they leave somebody behind in this land? Well, somebody go find Staff Sergeant Juan Valdez and ask him what happened to P.V.2 Johnson. You know he signed him in. He raised his right hand. He affirmed his oath. You got me. You took me there. You recruited me. You got me to the point where I got to the station. And I don't remember any sergeants' names there. None of them. But the one thing they should have remembered or known is I had nothing. I was a poor, black, 17-year-old man. And I had nothing except them. I had raised my right hand for this. No phone, no nothing. I had one check. I had and I went and got a track phone that had minutes, but the minutes ran out. And I was supposed to report every third weekend of the month. I had no way there. I had no sense of direction, nothing like that. I wasn't taught any of these things. A couple times it came and got me. Got there. They stopped coming to get me. Do you believe that? They stopped coming to get me. I stopped receiving orders. I stopped receiving payments. I wasn't discharged. I did not receive my DD-214s until 7 years later. But they did not come get me. They did not give me any orders. They left me. Never got my $20,000 signing bonus either. 25 Bravo. Didn't get it. Nope. Never got to train. Never got to do any of it. Not for real. That was my dream. But that's okay. I had another dream too. I wanted to be a cop after that. Wanted to join Richmond. Didn't work out too well at the panel interview. They didn't want me. I guess they realized at that point in time that I hadn't had any sense of actual anything. I lived a sheltered life. I lived a sheltered adulthood too. Ain't that something? I was given everything I ever wanted while having not being given everything I ever wanted at the same time. I wanted to sit around and play video games all day and not be bothered. I got that in a nutshell, but it came at some cost. Now, I don't even know where to go, where to say from here. I don't know, but I will tell you this. I'm going to start telling everything that has gone on in my life to everybody because it's my testimony. Now, if you don't like my testimony, or if my testimony is too, how do I say this? I've lived a very promiscuous lifestyle. I'm probably the biggest hoe you ever met. And then some. But the one thing that you can't say about me is that I did certain things, as I addressed that situation earlier about Mr. Royster. You need to go ahead and tell the people that I ain't do that to you. And you need to find out who did and go ahead and address that. Because I'm already told them now. And I'm already willing to release my medical records to prove it. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're public record. Anyways. I found this on the web. I wasn't talking to you. So any questions, anybody right now about anything? Let's see. Let's do some apologies. But with these apologies, they're gonna be short apologies because honestly and truthfully, the apology is not even for you, for real, for real. It's for me to say that I did. Don't think you'll ever see it. But it's only apologizing for breaking hearts. I am sorry if I broke your heart because you thought that I was special to you. I am special to you, but the problem is I love everybody. I do. And I have a inability to I got control issues. How about that? Now, I have to wonder, What am I to do now? After allowing someone to lie and say I was the aggressor. They lied and said they tried to brandish me as a kidnapper. They tried to call me a kidnapper. This gay man that claimed that they loved me, but really told me they was obsessed with me. Would start stuff, hit me, and then what did I do for all those years after all of that stuff started happening since they first hit me at Tabayaki? And mind you, I'm not a pussy or anything like that. Excuse my language. I'm just tired of fighting. I hurt every day. I'm tired of hurting. I can't see. But I'm a dick. Excuse my language. I keep see. If you create a swear jar for me. Put $1 in there every time I cuss, right? And then at the end of the month, tell me how much it was, and then keep it. I don't know what to do. I'm trapped here in a series of unfortunate things. Yeah, I don't want to say that. I don't want to steal their line, but it seemed like if something bad gonna happen to anybody, it's gonna happen to me. Y'all give me a second. Like I told you. My rib hurts like yo. Miss Simmons. Mr. Koya Simmons, you injured me when you sat on me. When you decided to take your body, obese in stature, and sit on me for more than 10 minutes while trying to prevent me and my brother from fighting. You injured me. My rib will never be the same, and they have to take it out. That being said, oh, y'all didn't see that, did you? Think I gotta take you to court. I want an apology. And I think the people gonna want their money because the people gotta pay for the surgery to fix it. So they gonna want that. In fact, there should be a whole unit of of Medicaid people who go out and be like, "You injured my client, pay me my money," and you come take it from me or something. No, don't. I'm trying to cheer myself up. I try to get through so much, and I've done so many bad things to so many good people too. And I want to say I'm sorry to Mr. Patterson. Now, you may ask, which Mr. Patterson? And then you may ask, what did I do to Mr. Patterson? Well, which Mr. Patterson is actually Mr. Zedric Patterson. He did nothing but care. Show me care. Send me money to feed me when Mr. Woodford left me in the house with no food. Now, how can I say he left me in the house with no food? I should be able to go out and go get it or whatever. I had no key at the time or something. Or I was the house husband, basically. So it's like if I was the homemaker, the one keeping it clean and all that, least you could do for the one you love or whatever is feed them, right? They used to, when we first got together, they would get food from Subway, they steal it. Yeah, they were a thief. I forgot to mention that. They also at the University of Richmond, they were a cashier at the University of Richmond sitting at the, they were stealing money from you. Y'all wouldn't hire me, but he was right there stealing money from you. Somebody hashtag in the University of Richmond. Somebody tell the University of Richmond that Joseph owed them some money. Go run the cameras back and go catch him. Man dragged me through the mud. I'm gonna tell all your secrets. And he forgot that I've known him for 20 years. His secrets are in the dark. Mine are in the light. This is not a vendetta. This is me telling my testimony. Anything that anybody told me in confidence and told me not to tell, I'm not gonna tell. But anything they've done wrong and I hadn't said anything about that I just knew about, as far as the people who did me wrong, well, I'm gonna sing this song. Because not a lot of people have done me wrong, right? Except then you gotta realize that a lot of people have. There was one fella. I don't know how it went from us getting tested every 30 days or every 3 months, whatever, to them doing the worst thing you could ever do to a person. And they did it on purpose. Now, I'm not revealing their name right now because at the moment, there is still a possibility of them being locked away and going to jail for it. I just have not opened my mouth to the right set of people. But remember, the way science is, they can track a lot of things. And then they gonna sit there and talk to me after they did that. And one day y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And systematically try to blame me. That's funny. That was funny. They're gonna call it the people's and had that conversation. Man, I got a long story, and I don't even know how to organize it all. For real, for real. I can only give pieces right now. Most of it. And yeah. Or getting in there. Trying to write it up on here for y'all. But also, I thank you for being my followers, friends, and whatnot, and my people. The people who like to see me be with me and be around, or you just thank you just for coming around, man. Like letting me ramble. Just I shouldn't make it a personal vendetta against anybody, but I will say, for me to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 8 charges on my record, revolving around the same set of people, I gotta start to wonder. Now, I've lied to so many people too, just to get the assistance that I needed. And I need to say I'm sorry to you too. I didn't want anybody to know just how bad my life was or what I was actually going through. But I was basically somebody's little sex slave. Basically. Their little house pet. They didn't want me to be with or around anyone. They couldn't trust me. But you know what you do? What happens when you shelter someone away for a long time and try to keep them away from everybody else? They get a little bit more promiscuous too. Or sneaky at least. Oh, it's hot in this joint, y'all. It's hot out. It ain't raining no more. Give me a second. I gotta see if I got a key to this car here. And see if I can get some Now, I've rambled on too much about that one individual right now that I'd care to be. I want to say I'm sorry to the people that I hurt while pursuing that 2-decade relationship with that person. Cheated on people. Beautiful woman from McDonald's. I cheated on her with him. I left her for him. To go back to him. I ran back to him because this woman was nothing but beautiful. She had a beautiful newborn at the time. And the only thing is, I was so used to having everything being given to me at all times since my childhood. I wasn't used to the sacrifice of sitting there having nothing to eat, barely anything. And the only thing we could watch was Poetic Justice. I wasn't ready for that struggle, so I ran back to the lifestyle of laziness. And I want to tell you I'm sorry. I want to tell the woman who cheated on her boyfriend with me that was wrong on both accounts. One, you play with my heart because I loved you since we were kids and we were together when we were kids and when we broke up because your people didn't want you with a black man. Had I known you were still with that man, I probably would have still done it. I don't know because of my feelings for you, but I feel wrong and I'm sorry. I've wronged him too, and I want to say I'm sorry to you, my dude. But I loved her first. Anyways, what was I at next? Man, to the 18-year-old virgin whom I was dating and would not touch. I want to say I'm sorry for cheating on you and leaving you. But I want to say I'm not sorry because you're better off, and as am I. Now, that's just a 30-minute live session of random clips. But remember, the key clips from this episode was don't eat at Joseph's house. Help me by asking me questions so that I can tell you the truth. And hashtag in those people who have been talked about so that if they want to say anything, they can come talk to me. Have a good night.